Well, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. I mean that when I say that, you know that, eh? I really want you to have a great day. Okay, let's say hello to a few folks here. And who's number one? Brahim. I bet you Mike's number two. Yep, that's Mike. Again, I'd like to know your secrets, you guys. Okay, Eric, number three. I mean, you guys win every day. Tina, how are you? Nice to have you on with us. Lori Lee, and you're right at the top from Ventura, California. Sandra from Aurelia. Mary from Norwich. And Gloria, good morning to you. And Wendy from Markham, good morning. And Fran from Orangeville. And Nellie, good morning. And Nick from our staff. And Shirley from Saskatchewan. Karen, Ken Carden. And Linda, good morning to you. And Barbara from Thedford. And Sharon, Alberta. Heather, Miramashi, Mira whatever. Luella, how are you? And Sandy, and Debbie, Moortown, Marsha, saying hello, hola from Mexico, Catherine, Parksville, British Columbia, Lori from Niagara Falls, Gloria from New York, Rita, good morning, Marilyn from Indian River, Ontario, Jean, good morning to you, Arlene from St. John's, Wendy from London, good morning. Annette, how are you? Ça va bien? Donna, Bell Valley, Ontario. And Anne, good morning from Kingston. Yvonne, Petawawa. And Shelley from Baxter. Andrea from the Kidneys of Canada, Niagara Falls. Donna and Yolan, bonjour. Francis, good morning. From Vaughan, Mary, couple more, and another Mary. No, Marilyn, sorry, Maria from Ottawa. And there's Doc McEwen from West Tennessee, good morning. Cecilia, Vera, and Ella, Courtney, British Columbia, Georgie, Halifax, and Marilyn, I think, Donna. From Park Hill, good morning, Donna. Linda, coffee time. Nativity, good morning. Paul from Edmonton, nice to have you on. Sandy from Washington, Vancouver. Danny and Guylaine from Hearst, Ontario, bonjour. Gary from Bolton. Karen from Peterborough. And Anna from Hamner. And Hazel from St. John's, Newfoundland, Jeanette from Kapuskasing, and Frida from Sudbury, never heard of it. Donna, Belle, Ubert. Kevin, what? Kevin is up to at number 207. Helen, good morning. Well, how did Kevin get up to, he was the 207th name I saw. I don't get it. Okay, guys, thank you for coming on. And Brenda from Fort Albany. Okay, let me, I've said this many a time, but I read something yesterday that I just flagged because I get questions all the time. Why are people so sensitive to dairy? Okay, a lot of people do not tolerate dairy. Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I'm going to tell you something so that you go back with me, okay? The nice thing, there's some negative things about getting old, okay? But there's some good things too, okay? And that is, you get a lot of experience. And you guys know me, I'm a why guy, okay? Why do we see so much dairy intolerance today, okay? Why is that? Okay, so I read this article yesterday, and they say it's pasteurization. You know, where they heat up milk to 1200 degrees, and that denatures the milk. Now listen, that's true to some extent, okay? That's true. And guys, please, okay, understand where I'm coming from when I make this statement, okay? And that is, don't hold your breath waiting for the government to allow you to go buy milk freshly squeezed. I tell you, don't drink freshly squeezed orange juice. Drink freshly squeezed milk. Okay? Really. If you got a cow in the backyard, you know my saying. You can drink the milk. Otherwise, don't go to the grocery store, because two things happened. One, it is pasteurized, okay, at 1200 degrees. It kills all the bacteria, including your good guys in dairy, in milk, okay? And it's homogenized. Homogenized milk. They play with the fats and denature it, okay? Now, but again, don't hold your breath waiting for the government to change their mind on that. It's illegal in a lot of places for you to get that milk. And I'm not optimistic at all that will ever change. And let me bring you back long enough so that you understand what I'm saying here, okay? So that you understand. You know my saying, don't ditch dairy, switch dairy, okay? Because I want you to be able to take dairy in, because I am a big believer in dairy. I am the farmer's best friend, okay? And I mean that. If they don't know that, I don't know what to tell them. I'm on their side. I'm on the farmer's side, and cows are not creating climate change, okay? Ooh. Anyway. But I bring you back to, there's two theories on bacteria, okay? There's the host, and there's external bacteria. There's two theories, and it really was, you'd have to go back, and I could probably do it for you. Go back to a podcast or two that I did on Béchard from France, and Pasteur from France. Two very smart men. And Pasteur was very big on bacteria causing disease, infections, okay? Whereas Béchard, what he said was, it's not so much the bacteria, it's the host, okay? Now, listen to me, guys, okay? Listen to me. What happened with these two men? One theory of disease was accepted, and the world ran with it. And that is, let's try and eliminate bacteria. Thus, antibiotics. Thus, in dairy, pasteurization. We have to eliminate bacteria. Okay? So you have to understand that that's where that came from. And the whole world went one way. Because the two theories were there at the same time, and they went with Pasteur's. And, you know, this in modern medicine was born really under Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. Now, there's some wonderful things including antibiotics, that come from that theory. When we went through the virus in the last, few years, the pandemic, everything was based on Louis Pasteur, the virus. It was everything. And thus vaccinations and different things like that. Am I against that? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you have to understand how the world operates. It went one theory. And nobody, just about nobody, ever talks about the host, about your body's immune system, about building that up. So do you understand what happened to dairy? Dairy, they didn't want any bacteria because to them, look at the people today that walk around even today and they got a mask on. Okay? Look at those people. I feel sorry for them. I do. They've been duped. They don't know about the invisible mask that they should be wearing. But nobody's told them that. You see, I'm not so scared of bacteria, nor viruses. I'm not. What I worry about and what I focus in on is taking care of me. I don't over clean. I like cleaning. I do. But I don't over clean. I never use personally any antibacterial soaps. Because what they do is they wipe out the good with the bad. It comes back to Louis Pasteur. Okay? Louis Pasteur. Was he smart? Yep, he was smart. But the whole world went for it. And today we have a condition that really never existed before. We have a condition of dairy intolerance. Why is that? One, it's not dairy per se. It's you. I used to tell my patients that. You have a dairy intolerance? I said, well, it's you. And what they did to dairy. Okay? They pasteurized it. It was based on, we got to get rid of all bacteria. It's based on, we want to have a sterile environment. And in my opinion, that's a big mistake. Okay? But listen, like I said at the top of the program, don't hold your breath for the world to change. It's not going to change. You have to adapt. You have to adapt to the way the world is. But don't buy the teaching. Don't buy the Kool-Aid and don't drink it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid that, every problem we have is external. Okay? It's external. And, okay, so let me bring it back again to dairy. What do you do? Well, first of all, it's what they did. Number one, they pasteurized. They homogenized. Okay? And that was based on Pasteur's theory. What happens to us, okay, that makes us intolerant? Why are so many kids today intolerant to dairy? I can tell you when I was in the 1950s, when I was a little boy, and in the 1960s, there was almost unheard of dairy intolerance. Hey, and they were pasteurizing milk. So what happened? What happened? It is, and I'm telling you this, guys, it is what the world did. They added antibiotics almost to everything, including the feed to the animals. Okay? And antibiotics strip away. Not only is pasteurization sort of an antibiotic, but what the world did, okay, is in fertilizing and in feed and is the overuse of antibiotics. And that affects the individual. One of the things that you need for digestion of dairy is a strain of bacteria called lactobacillus. Lacto. Okay? Lactobacillus. And those lactobacillus have been wiped out in a lot of people. They just don't have them. I mean, even if they take an antibiotic themselves, you know how many children, when they're babies, are put on an antibiotic for their ears? Okay? Now, any doctor worth their salt doesn't like to use antibiotics for an ear infection in babies. They don't. Worth their salt. Because they know, first of all, it isn't bacterial, it's viral. Unless you see pus coming out the ears. And it's never any fun having an ear infection, let me tell you. Okay? Babies, but it isn't bacterial, it's viral. But there's so much pressure brought to bear on physicians to put kids on antibiotics. Guys, what have I said for a million years, it seems? It's a big mistake doing that. It's a big mistake. And I understand mummies and daddies or whatever, and the baby is very uncomfortable. I get that. But an antibiotic, oh, they got better with an antibiotic. They were getting better anyway. And I would much rather a physician, okay, put the patient on, that little baby on temporarily for a few days, an antihistamine to take the inflammation out of the sinuses and the ear canal, and give them some painkiller temporarily for a few days. Because what antibiotics do, they wipe out. And nobody knows this. Most people never ever talk about it. You've never been taught this except on this program. They wipe out your bacteria. Why do children develop, dairy intolerance? A big part of that comes from antibiotics. Not only in the feed to the animal, okay, but especially the ones that take antibiotics in their early life. They're being set up, guys, for autoimmune because antibiotics, okay, what do? They do two things. They kill a bacteria, but they don't know which ones to kill. You know how much friendly fire occurs? They wipe out a colony of billions and billions of bacteria in a stroke, 5 days, or even less. You can imagine a baby. It's Louis Pasteur. It's Louis Pasteur, guys. And medicine can't get around it. And that's why you have, go in your kitchen and look at any chemical spray or whatever, cleaner or air or whatever. It kills 99.9% of all germs. Germs are the bad guy. Not really. Not really. Your body was meant to live around and in bacteria. What I tell kids, go play in the dirt and leave it in your fingernails. It's good for your immune system. Go to a party where they got chicken pox and get the chicken pox. You know, oh, Dr. Martin, I never got the chicken pox. How silly is that? Your immune system, your body is made to have gazillions of bacteria. And the vast majority of them are on your side. If you have enough good bacteria, it's called you win. Even with cancer. I'm telling you, the greatest discovery in the Louis Pasteur era was the discovery of antibiotics. It saved millions of people's lives. I get it. I give them a high five. I mean it. But the double-edged sword has created a huge amount, and I mean it, huge amount of people walking around. And you know, they don't have anybody telling them this. You want to have millions and billions and trillions of good bacteria on your side. Quit wiping. I'm not saying you go to the bathroom and you come out and you wash your hands. Of course I say that. But you shouldn't wash your hands with an antibacterial soap. Just use soap. Don't wipe out your good guys. Why do you think I love as an antibiotic, a natural one, oil of oregano? There's nothing better on the planet in the natural realm as oil of oregano. There just isn't. It doesn't go after your good guys. It doesn't wipe them out. It only wipes out the bad guys. Okay, now, back to dairy. Okay? So, this article was talking about the huge intolerance today of dairy. And they were suggesting that people shouldn't consume dairy. I don't believe that. Because the problem, yes, to some extent is dairy, to some extent. But it's not what people think it is. Okay? It's not, Dr. Martin, I'm lactose intolerant. No, you're not. You're not lactose intolerant. You don't have enough friendly bacteria. You don't have enough good guys. You don't have enough lactobacillus. It's not that you're lactose intolerant. You're the problem, not dairy. Okay. I never bought it. I never bought the lactose thing. I said, nah, because these were evolutionists too, and they say, well, you evolved and you didn't take lactase with you, the enzyme that you need. Guys, look, basic biology teaches us you need good bacteria even for the enzyme lactase. Okay? So it's not the enzyme. It's the bacteria. Okay? And again, when they do the pasteurization, there's nothing you can do about that generally unless you have a cow in the backyard. Okay? In Canada, I don't think there's anywhere in Canada where you can go and buy unpasteurized milk. If there is, would you let me know? No, there's no, and guys, like I said, I don't think it's ever going to change. But you can change. And this is why I'm big, huge, on rebuilding your gut. Rebuild it. It's amazing what happens. Dr. Martin, you mean you should take a probiotic every day? You better believe it, and give it to your dog too. I mean, listen, right in nature, we have bacteria. They're probiotics. Pro means on your side bacteria. They rebuild your gut. They rebuild your blood-brain barrier. They rebuild. Why do you think I'm so high on them all the time? And why do you think I was never one to say, would you just stop taking dairy? I don't like that. I want you to fix. I want you to fix. Okay? And I'll show you another thing that happens when you wipe out bacteria. You change your small intestine, you change the villi. Okay? You change it from the shag carpet. Wait a minute. This is the shag carpet. Okay? For those listening on a podcast, I'm showing a little chunk of shag carpet. And look at all these, the carpet strands. These are your villi in your small intestine. And the more villi you have, okay, and inside these villi are gazillions of bacteria. They're there for the absorption of your food, okay? And what happens in autoimmune is you strip away the bacteria and you strip away the villi. Why do you think I've said it with every autoimmune? Rheumatoid arthritis, celiac, Crohn's, okay? Ulcerative colitis, Sjogren's, Hashimoto's, Graves' disease of the thyroid. Dr. Martin starts in the gut. I start in the gut because, in my opinion, all of those diseases, and why do we see autoimmune disease today on steroids in terms of numbers? We are seeing more autoimmune today than we ever did. And when you are intolerant to dairy, you have an autoimmune issue. You've wiped out your bacteria. You don't have enough lactobacillus. And you can drink, lactose-free milk, or you can cut out dairy altogether. But I'm just telling you where the root of the issue is. Now, I know there's whey. Okay, people are saying, well, Dr. Martin, I can't have whey. Well, that's you. It's you. It's inside of you. If I could take a picture of your small intestine, I wouldn't see this. I wouldn't see the shag carpet. Is there anywhere in the world that still have shag carpets? Okay? I would see this, okay, the tight-knit carpet. And that may be good in your house, but it's not good inside your gut. The small intestine needs villi, and it needs bacteria. And it needs your good guys. Why do you think, okay, that we see so much today of a condition called SIFO? The world calls it SIBO, small intestine bacterial infection. But we at Martin Clinic call it SIFO, small intestine fungal infection. Why do fungi? Why do, why do yeast? Why does yeast grow and get into your bloodstream? Medicine would just about, even today, here we are in 2023, and medicine today, even today, in 2023, can hardly believe there's such a thing as a fungal infection in your blood. They don't get it. Yeast in your blood? There's no yeast. Because it's Louis Pasteur. It's Louis. Louis. I used to sing that song when I was a teenager. It's Louis. And Louis, he got all of medicine. All of it. Okay? Yeast. What are you talking about? It's bacteria. Dr. Martin, it's bacteria. It's not yeast. Yes, it is. It's yeast. And ladies, you should agree with me. Because any woman knows just about what a urinary tract infection is. They go, Doctor, I know what that is. Men, we don't get so much urinary tract infections. We're from another planet, in case you didn't know. But women, because of their anatomy, the way they're built, they're susceptible more to a urinary tract infection than men are. Okay? And you got a bladder infection. It's no fun under the sun. You take an antibiotic because Louis told you to. Louis. Okay? And I don't want it to go to your kidneys either. So you take an antibiotic. You know what the side effect of that is? You kill all your friendly bacteria. They're gonzo from your bladder and from your urethra, and they're gone. And then you develop what? A yeast infection. Ladies, true or false? It's true. And then when you get a recurring urinary tract infection, it's not bacteria. Louis says it's bacteria. André Béchard. I think that was his first name. André. Okay? André Béchard said, no, it's you. It's you. It's the host. And you've got a yeast infection. Because you didn't have enough friendly bacteria. Guys, that's what happens in dairy. That's the bottom line. Because of Louis. Okay? I'm going to name this podcast Louis Louis. I got to look up the song because I just remember singing it. Okay? Louis Louis. Okay? So you got it? Look, and please, okay, again, just for a little disclaimer, remember, I'm not against antibiotics. If you say that I am, you're misquoting me. I'm not against the wonderful things that modern medicine does. You get in a car accident, don't call me. Well, you can't call me anyways. I'm retired. Okay, don't call me. You can call me and I'll pray for you. Okay? But isn't modern medicine they have things that can, including antibiotics that can save your life. I get that. That's what is wonderful. But this whole bacteria thing, The whole bacteria thing has had major consequences to our society today. Major consequences. And we live in a world. Wait, guys. What are we in right now? We're in the flu season. Every fall. Next fall will be the same. Think about it. Is it the flu? Is it the virus? Or is it you? With the lack of sun. When does the flu season come? No vitamin D, no sun. Anyway, that's another topic. But think about it. How come the flu season is in the winter? Right? Remember, it's Louis versus Andre. I think I got to look up his name to make sure I'm probably saying it wrong. I think his name was Andre Bachal. I got to look it up, okay? Or somebody look it up for me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. So guys, don't ditch dairy. Switch it. Okay? Don't ditch dairy. Switch it. You want to ditch butter? Don't ever do it. Okay? Okay, guys. Oh, okay. Now, just to let you know, let my audience know that are watching, okay, live, that I'm off tomorrow. Okay? American Thanksgiving. I've got something I need to do. I'm actually in a race tomorrow. Okay? So, I'm doing a turkey trot. Okay, so I'm off tomorrow, but back Friday for question and answer Friday. Okay? So tell your friends, tell everyone I'm taking a day off tomorrow. Canadian, imagine a Canadian celebrating American Thanksgiving. Well, sure I do. I got American grandchildren. I got an American daughter-in-law. Okay? So, we're going to celebrate, and Dr. Martin's going on a turkey trot. Okay. Okay, guys, we love you so dearly. You have no idea how much I love you guys. Thank you. We love you guys so much. You're the best audience in the world. Smart, 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 smart. Okay? What do I want to do on this program? Stretch your mind. Stretch it. Okay? We love you. Talk to you soon.